My name is Caitlin, and I will be protesting for the FOR side of regular testing in the classroom to build student academic performance. I believe that teachers and students both need assessments in the classroom. There are 3 different types of assessments that I believe are to be the most effective in the classroom. These 3 types of testing include diagnostic, summative, and formative testing. These are assessments that happen before instruction, during instruction, and after instruction. One of the main reasons that testing in the classroom does improve academic performance is because it can show the teacher and the students how they are performing in the classroom and where they need to improve. The teacher can use the diagnostic assessments to create their instruction, and the students can see what areas they need to work harder in. Assessments help the teachers to see if what they are teaching is making an impact on student learning. They can see if there's an area that the entire class is missing, or if it's just certain students who need extra help. Or they can provide that help to the students based on the scores of their assessment. Or if they were having a bad day, they can assess that as well. By using the assessments to inform teaching, rather than just assigning grades to your students, you can improve their performance tremendously. The students can use the results to identify what they need to know. They can self-assess and set goals. For some students who improve from seeing where they are at and knowing that they can do better, these assessments are perfect. I believe that as a teacher, we need to use assessments in the classroom. This does not mean I think that every week we should pass out a multiple choice test that is impossible to pass. I think that assessments can be done in a number of ways, including dramatic plays, presentations, observation or oral, or essays. These are all more effective than a multiple choice test that is impossible to pass. These are out-of-the-box ways to introduce assessment into your classroom without causing the students with test anxiety to not improve their performance. It is important as teachers that we show and explain to students what they got wrong and why it is wrong. This is the way that they will learn from the assessment and improve their performance. Oftentimes, teachers assign tests and grades without giving any explanation, and this is the reasons that assessments get bad names. It is not the assessments themselves, it is the way they are presented in the class. It is up to the teachers to give and explain the assessments in an effective way. The teachers are using direct information from the content being taught to assess the students' performance. This is why the assessments in the classroom have such a positive impact on the students' academic performance. I believe that it would be very effective to allow all teachers to go to some kind of training on giving assessments. There are so many different types of assessments and ways that it is really important that teachers understand the most effective way to assess the students' learning in the classroom. Some ways to make sure that assessments are being used in an effective way in the classroom include ensuring that the students know what material will be on the assessment and allow for them to study accordingly. Giving them a bunch of information that they've never seen before on an assessment is unfair, and it will make them most likely not trust you as a teacher. Teachers need to be using assessments as information to guide their teaching. I believe that assessments are necessary in the classroom. There would be no way to see the progress your students are making without some type of assessment. Even the children who are younger than kindergarten, you need some type of way to see how they are progressing. You may not look at it as an assessment, but that is what you are doing when you are observing where the student is at or where they need to be. Not all types of assessments are as scary or big as the standardized assessments. Teachers need to be aware of the different types of assessments and not be scared to give them to their students. Even the standardized assessments are serving a goal. They may not be reaching it in the most effective way, but the state needs some way to compare students to each other and see that all the students are on the right track to graduation. And this all starts in early education. But assessment can be creatively done in the classroom and enjoyable for both the teachers and the students. This is why I believe that assessment can be used to improve student performance in the classroom, because more and more teachers are coming up with creative ways to use assessments in effective ways. Getting students used to take assessments early on will decrease the amount of test anxiety we see in the classroom today. If the students are used to taking smaller assessments in the classroom, then the standardized assessments and other big tests won't be as scary. I wish I had more assessments in my classes because I wouldn't be so scared when it came to the big tests. I would have been more prepared. This is what I think all teachers should do for their students to make them feel more comfortable when taking assessments. All of these reasons contribute to my side of being for academic assessment to improve student performance. These students need some types of assessments, and so do the teachers. So if you are against testing, I urge you to look into it a little bit more and do some research on some of the really great benefits that testing has on our younger students. Thank you.